Like, it's hard not to be so disappointed in him. What are you doing? Have somebody around you that will look into things, especially coming from Trump. Hey, everybody, and welcome back. Today, what we're going to be talking about is Canadian icon, a legend, Wayne Gretzky. He's a little bit back in the news because he's working with the Trump administration on their initiative to make kids healthy again. Um, get him to exercise and eat healthy. So there's a bit of a history with us Canadians and Wayne Gretzky, especially earlier this year when he wasn't really. I'm not going to hold this to him anyway. But anyways, what had happened was he was made an honorary team captain for the Canadian team during the championship game for the Four Nations, and he came out of the American bench, giving them a thumbs up, and then took a picture with the Canadian team. Didn't even wear a Canadian jersey. I'm not gonna hold that to him. He's got a heart of gold. Hockey's his life, and he's got friends in U.S. and Canada. He doesn't see Canadians and the Americans, but somebody needs to help him with understanding with a little bit of politics, because politics are playing a huge role in what's going on today, especially with tariffs and what Trump has been doing to Canada to try to hurt us. So he didn't say anything, which was smart. There's nothing for him to say. Just, hopefully we thought he would learn a lesson and kind of stick with us Canadians, because born and bred Canadian. Just like Mike Myers. Mike Myers, famous actor, writer. Austin Powers in the movies, for example. He lives in the U.S., but when Trump started with the trade wars, his Canadian identity came out, and he supported Canada. So anyways, I digress. So what's happening now is he's joined the Trump administration to help with kids and nutrition. Oh, man. I wish somebody in his orbit would help him out on him understanding who Trump is and what he actually stands for. Trump has no F's to give when it comes to the health of kids or anybody, let alone himself. He's overweight. He eats nothing but McDonald's, Burger King, fast food. You see pictures of him all the time on his planes with fast food. I can't remember what team it was, but I believe it was an NFL team after the Super Bowl, tradition, bringing them to the White House, serve them fast food. Healthy? Who is he to talk about healthy and make kids healthy again? It is a problem, a huge problem, especially in the United States. But let's go over let's go over a little bit about Wayne Gretzky. He's got a heart of gold. He wants to see the good in everybody, and Trump has that ability when you're talking to him one-on-one to make you believe that he's not like what everybody else is making him out to be. It happened to Bill Maher. Remember when Bill Maher came on his show and talked about his experience with one-on-one dinner with Trump? He got fooled. Thought he was a good person, was misunderstood, trying to defend him, misrepresentation, all that stuff. And Bill Maher has come out recently and said, "Yeah, I was wrong. He's an idiot, still an idiot." And Trump is able to capitalize on people with good hearts, and that's Wayne Gretzky. But let's get back to Trump and his actual goals, or what his lack of are. So this idea that it's everybody else's fault, and he's here to save everybody, especially the kids, to make them healthy, because no one else tried to implement what he is doing right now. So let's take a look, for example, on that. I just want to give you kind of a prelude to what's going to happen with the, especially the Republicans. But I want to show you something here on Fox News. What I want you to see here first is your Piers Morgan. He's got such a attraction to Trump that he will just say anything and everything to applaud him for things he doesn't do. But anyways, just listen to what he has to say.
Well, I think speaking as the elite athlete at the panel desk,
that's right.
I didn't actually know that I was that right wing until I looked at myself, realised how skinny I was, and thought, wow, I guess I am. Look, I knew the day would come when Donald Trump would do something where every rational human being in the world would obviously immediately, instinctively respond with, that's a great idea. 1 in 5 kids in America are obese. Let's get them at school doing stuff which makes them a little bit fitter, a little bit healthier. And you see the reaction, and you're just like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Imagine hearing this news and thinking, oh, for God's sake, Trump's making our kids fitter, healthier. This is disgusting. This is why I hate the man. This is why you shouldn't be president of the United States. And that's literally what some of them are doing as they foam at the mouth. And again, my message to my liberal friends, do you know what would be really empowering for you, for your mental health, for my mental health, for all of our mental health? If you just heard a campaign like this and you went, you know what? That's a good idea. I agree with Donald Trump. I agree. Why don't we all just come together and agree, let's make our kids fit?
Okay, so I swear to God, Piers Morgan, I don't know if it's just him or if it's all, I think it's all Republicans. Everybody has goldfish memory. Yes. Being healthy is great. It is a great idea. It's like, why wouldn't anybody else come up with this idea? And it was just Trump that came up with this idea. And Trump has always been for healthy people. Again, lead by example. He's so overweight. But you're telling me no one else came up with, making kids healthier again, eating healthy, exercise, and all that stuff? And it's only the liberals that would argue against it? Let's take a look. Let's see. See if this ever was an idea before, and who else would have complained about it.
Genevieve, I have a question for you. This program, the school lunch program, serves 30 million kids, most of whom are from needy families. Most of whom this is the biggest meal of the day. We spend more than $11 billion on this program. Why wouldn't we want the most nutritious foods to be served to these kids?
Well, I think that we do, but I would, of course, ask then why the Obama administration, who gives out a lot more money in food stamps to,
we're talking about the school lunch program.
I understand, but that's government sponsored, and we let people buy anything.
Do you
with
believe there
those.
should be any?
No, I don't think there ought to be regulations on that. And let me explain.
So
let me explain.
School
why.
lunches should have no standards whatsoever.
No, you can have standards, which they do, and as English has rightly pointed out, this isn't about the standards. It's about implementing them, and can schools actually do it? You said 90% are doing it. That's right. And they're finding out that it's costing them a lot more money than they have in their budgets to do this.
Most school districts are saving money because they're getting higher participation.
You have even others. No, you do not have higher participation.
You actually do.
You actually had over 1 million students drop out of the school lunch program last year, which after decades of us actually having students increase in the program,
not true.
you had over, let me finish. You had over 1 million drop off because they don't like the food. And if we're really
has been going down since 2007.
Yeah, this decrease in participation is of concern, and it's something that we've been focused on. But it's been going down since 2007.
Why do you think it's happening?
It's a mix of things. I think it's kids bringing their lunch from home because the food wasn't healthy. And a lot of parents opted out of the school lunch program because they didn't think the food was healthy enough. And many of them don't know about these great changes that have been taking place.
It's wrong
and
to
that
say,
the food has been getting better.
In the first full year of implementation last year, that's when you lost 1 million kids. So they were dropping out because they did not
been going down. That's not true.
Well,
Anyways, that's enough of this. Prove my example. This is back during Obama. GOP, was arguing against healthy food, healthy lunches in the schools. Says it was no good. People were dropping out because it didn't taste good or there was lack of choice. They had no concern about the health of the kids because it was Obama's idea. And Michelle Obama, the first lady at the time, pushing this. It was her project. So what happens to this initiative? The healthy lunches. Let's go to 2019.
The Trump administration will soon roll back Obama-era regulations on school lunches in an effort to increase options for healthy and appealing meals for our children.
Which means things like flavored chocolate milk will be back on the menu. Here to break down all of that is...
Wow. What a surprise. Trump rolled back healthy lunches to give healthy options like flavored chocolate milk. You cannot write satire better than this. This is insane. So Trump's the one who rolled back these initiatives and now are bringing them back to a certain degree. Now, he's not bringing back school lunches to make it healthier for kids to eat. Still keeping all the junk food in the schools, as far as I understand. What he's going to do is just going to bring exercise into the mix. I don't care how much you exercise. If you're not eating healthy, it's going to do nothing. The better of the two, like if it was just eating healthy and no exercise, you would be better off than eating like garbage and just exercising. It's a two-pronged approach. But when you get rid of healthy lunches, that means you don't care. This idea that the US kids are fat and he's a savior is all BS. He's contributed to it by rolling back the healthy lunches back in 2019. This is his MO all the time. He pulls something back that was a great idea because someone else did it, waits a bit of time, and then he comes with the same idea or slightly varied and says, look, I'm a savior. No one else does things as good as I do. And I'm here to save you. It's all a grift. He's not going to put any money towards this new program of his. He's just brought in a bunch of high-named celebrities, because that's all he does, like Wayne Gretzky and, what was his name? Matthew Tkachuk. To make it look like it's a good idea, because who doesn't love Wayne Gretzky? Everybody does, especially here in Canada. The US doesn't matter. He's a household name. So if Wayne Gretzky's part of it, it must be great. That's all he is about the show and the image, but no substance to it. So that's why I can't believe Wayne Gretzky's going along with this. Like, it's hard not to be so disappointed in him. What are you doing? Have somebody around you that will look into things, especially coming from Trump. It's just so disappointing. This so breaks my heart for him to go along with this. I hope somebody shows him what is actually going on and he changes his mind and he gets the hell out of there. Because it's hurting his image. I don't know where I stand on Wayne Gretzky right now. Because he's just such a nice guy. He's not malicious. There's no grift. He really wants to help people. I know that. And he sees what's going on in the US because he lives there. He sees the obesity among young kids. And he wants to do something good. But Trump is not the person to work with on this. There's going to be some sort of angle, some sort of, like, he's going to give some of his buddies in a company to run the organization, take taxpayer money, and do nothing with it. while Wayne Gretzky is selling it to all these kids. Oh man, what a disappointment. Listen, that's it for me. Let me know what you think, how you feel about what Wayne Gretzky has done, and yeah, where you stand on him helping out in this program, so-called program, to keep or get kids healthy again. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll talk later. Take care.